how to...
Okay, do you believe in climate change?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, show of hands. Who believes in climate change? What? Aren't you... PragerU. I'm just thrown off a little bit.
The climate
Snowing in
changes. Do I think it's
California.
something that we need to all be hysterical about and the world's going to end in 12 years? Absolutely not. I don't think it's as catastrophic as it's been made out to be, but
Okay.
certainly climate changes.
Sure. Everyone...
Do you know what is climate change?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes. So it's our basically a
Catfight.
man-made problem where we are burning fossil fuels, releasing greenhouse gas, and we are essentially changing the climate and creating a man-made problem. Happens with heating and cooling, and eventually the Earth could become unlivable theoretically.
So you don't care about that.
I do care about that.
But you're saying it's not important, that important.
I'm saying it's not catastrophic, which means your life is not going to end anytime soon due to climate change. Should we take care of our Earth and work to be sustainable? Absolutely, yes. The Earth is very important.
In the 70s, there was reports of like heavy like snowstorm blizzards, and they was talking about almost like how global warming, but like for like snowstorms and blizzards. I honestly believe that the Earth goes through cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the theories.
What was that?
It's one of the theories that explains that there's multiple theories about what happens.
Well, exactly. So like it this could be one of those things.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think in our generation, all of us will definitely be fine. I think the climate is slowly changing, but I think the climate is slowly changing and we'll be fine, but I think that future generations most likely won't be.
Because of the climate or the environment?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I bring it up, you guys are probably wondering what the fuck are we talking about. I want to make a proposal. So the environment, and I don't know, some of you stand really on this, but there's a lot of environmentalists, and sometimes I see them and they got like full face of makeup, and I'm like, well, okay. I think there's actions that you can take, or at least that's what some of them propose you ought to do at the individual level, which I don't think is really going to be what it's going to take to tackle environmental concerns. I think that comes down to corporations. That's another conversation. But people often say, well, you shouldn't drink from, water bottles. I've told this anecdote a few times. I was on a date with a girl and she flipped out because I brought a water bottle with me. California, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she didn't like you.
Probably that too. And no, she like tripped out that I brought a bottle of water with me. She's like, you shouldn't drink from bottles of water because it's bad for the environment. And so I noticed that she was wearing makeup, and I was like, well, you shouldn't wear makeup because the cosmetic industry, blah, 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 blah. And I just, it comes in plastic containers. The materials that are within the makeup are harvested in Sudan, or I don't know if it's Sudan. They're harvested in various countries and have to be shipped over, and then mica, I think it's called mica or mica.
Mm-hmm,
mica, there's these, it's basically child labor. Anyways, so my proposal is for all the environmentalists, no more makeup.
Then no more cars for guys.
No more makeup.
Well, there's a million things we could all be doing right now to be more sustainable that none of us are doing. We're all wearing clothing right now, which takes tons and tons of water and resources and fossil fuels. And we're going to go drive home after this. So we could drive ourselves insane trying to worry about all the things.
Well, yeah. And so I'm not necessarily in favor of saying, oh, we need to like really limit our individual behaviors. We should have, stop using plastic utensils and that shit. Like, or stop drinking from water bottles. But my position is if you have a group of people that are saying, it's so funny, like I'll see these people saying, oh, we need to, stop using plastic straws and shit. And they've got fucking hair color, they got pink hair and they have a full face of makeup. I'm like, that comes in a packaging and container, and then there's the products that are inside that then seep into the water system. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
stop throwing stones from glass houses is essentially what everybody should do.
Exactly. So
well, and then in that case too, we should all stop driving cars, all go electric. We should all stop taking planes. All these celebrities need to stop taking private jets. Private jets cause so many CO2 emissions. It's insane. There's so many things that everybody should really stop doing, but are we all going to at once?
Well, it's kind of like Leo, who's kind of a notable, Leonardo DiCaprio is a notable environmentalist, and he's going on yachts and taking private jets, and it's like, I mean, I'm not super well versed in what his arguments are. I'm not sure if he's making a environmental argument of on an individual level you need to limit your consumption, but I don't think private jets are the most environment. I don't know. It's kind of a. Did you want to come in?
Yeah, I think that the point still stands that I think a lot of people like to virtue signal on the topic of climate change and tell other people what they should do while not addressing the stick that's literally stuck in their eye the entire time. And it feels good to...
M. Martin super
Sorry.
chatted $100.
Yo, Martin, thank you, man.
It used to be called global cooling, then global warming, then climate change. It's completely political. It didn't stop the Obamas from purchasing waterfront property at $20 million. I'm also a real estate investor. Why are we not being warned as investors?
Hey, Martin, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, very good point.
Yeah, so I just think a lot of people are...
Reed and Cheeks donated $100.
Cheeks.
Climate
Thank you.
change sure happens, but in thousands, if not eons, of years later. As a science professor, you want to be climate change children need to read a book on how the numerical sensors work within weather studies. Fuels naturally grow back from Earth.
Wow, Cheeks, thank you so much for the 100. I'm very impressed by your resume there. Not only do you own, I think it was 70 Arby's on the East Coast, but you're also a science professor. Is that what he said? Wow, Cheeks, the Beat and Cheeks, the multi-talented super patron of the show. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so did you want to...
I will just say a final note. There's just a lot of hypocrisy surrounding climate change,
Yeah.
and I think it's a hot button topic that people get revved up about, but there's so much to worry about in this
Sure.
life. So much.
Okay, got it. We are going to get a couple super chats in here, so let's see if